Hello. Use your imagination. Jump over the moon, over the moon. Jump over the moon to me. Use your imagination. Jump over the moon, over the moon. Jump over the moon to me. Jump over the moon to me. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ah, here's the engine. I knew it had to be in here somewhere. Oh, and here you all are, back again on another visit to the moon. Wave 2 hands, touch your nose, grab your ears, then touch your toes. Slap your knees, clap your hands, then nod 4 times if you understand. I've been trying to find all the bits from my old train set. I used to love playing with this, and I still do. I found the engine, and I found these 2 carriages. But there's something else I need before the train can go along anywhere. Do you know what I need? That's it. Rails. A train goes along on a railway. I've found one section of rail, but my train won't go very far in this, will it? Have you ever been on a train? Was it fun? There's no railway up here in the moon, you know, just my toy one. But I'd love to have a ride on a real train. Let's take a look through my telescope and see if we can see anyone making a journey on a train down on the planet Earth. Come and have a wee peek. If you're going to catch a train, you have to go to a railway station first of all.
Hello there.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'd like some tickets to George Miss, 1 adult and 3 children.
Singles. Right here now, 1 adult and 3 children, singles, George Miss, 4.25.
Right. Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much indeed.
£10
Thanks very much.
Children travel cheaper than grown-ups. Did you know that?
5 and 5 makes 10.
Thanks very much
Thank you.
indeed. Lovely. Thank you
Thank
then.
you, thank you.
Right, boy. Right, Sarah. Let's go. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Ah, here comes the train. They're just in time. Oh, there's lots of room in this carriage. Now, where's she going to sit? Ah, next to the window. And off goes the train. Their journey's just begun. Clickety-clack, clickety-click, they're on the train that's just left Wick. It's a brand new super sprinter train. It'll stop at George Miss Hand at 10. Clickety-clack, clickety-click, they're on the train that's just left Wick. Can you see all the sheep in the field?
Right. One for you.
A game of cards. That's a good way to pass the time.
Right, Jonathan, there you are. Then James. Sarah. Right, Sarah after. Oh, that was Sarah's one.
It's another station, and the train's stopping, so more passengers can get on. Oh, it must be George Miss. Their train journey's over. The guard blows his whistle, and off goes the train.
Okay.
I think I'd enjoy a train journey like that. You can get up and walk about as the train's travelling along. But you can't do that in a car, can you?
Mr. Bill, Mr. Moon. Solar System Space Mobile Library in lunar orbit. Request a whee!
Ah, the Space Mobile Library's about to land with today's storyteller. Now, I wonder if she would rather have come by train. But you can't. Not to the moon. OK, Bleep, wheech down the storyteller. Ah, it's a new storyteller this week. I think her name is Anne Louise. Look, away you go, Boomdy Bouncer. Do you know it's just the storyteller coming to read us a story. Pay no attention to the dog, Anne Louise. Pat one hand, touch your nose.
Hello, Mr. Boom.
Hello. Hello. Now, I think you know what we're waiting for.
Well, I expect it must be a story, since I'm the official storyteller this week.
You're absolutely right. We're all waiting to hear a story. Sit yourself down.
Now, what kind of a story would you like me to read today?
Well, would you have one about trains or making a train journey?
Oh, probably. Yes! Here's one, and it's called Teddy Bears Take the Train.
Teddy bears take the train. I wonder if they take a picnic with them. If you go off on the train today.
Shall I just read the story and we'll find out?
My logies are flapping.
Sarah was reading a letter. Louise, Robert and Charles were listening. So was Fred the dog. We'll meet you at Bearhampton Station at 2 o'clock. Great Uncle can't wait to see you all. Love, Andrew, William, John and Great Uncle Jerome. We'd better start packing, said Charles. The 4 bears packed their things. Hurry, said Sarah, we're going to be late. At the station, the queue for tickets was very long. Hurry, said Sarah, we're going to miss that train. Waiting at the platform were 2 trains. Not that red train, Louise, said Charles. This blue one's ours. Yuck! The red one's much better, grumbled Louise. I like the blue one, said Charles. Stop fussing, said Sarah. Do hurry up. The guard was blowing his whistle. I hate hurrying, said Louise. Everyone scrambled into the train. It moved slowly out of the station. It's full, grumbled Louise. No, said Charles, there's just enough room for all of us. But look who's sitting over there, said Louise. White bears. Well, said Charles. I don't like white bears, said Louise. Shh, said Charles, don't stare. Meanwhile, the white bears were unwrapping several large paper parcels. What are they eating? Whispered Robert. Probably fried worms, said Louise, or spiders. The little white bears took out bottles of drink and stared at Louise. Let's have our picnic, said Charles. When they had finished eating, Louise went off to explore the train. Don't be long, said Sarah. We'll have to get off soon. Louise looked at the other passengers. She looked out at the woods and fields and houses. Then she found the lavatory. She went in and the door swung shut. She pulled it, but it wouldn't move. She was locked in. I wonder where Louise is, said Robert. They hunted up and down the train. Fred hunted too. Where is she? Said Sarah. Just then they heard a loud banging noise. Let me out! Shouted a voice. I'm in here! First they pulled the door handle. That didn't work. Then Charles wiggled the door sideways on its hinges. That didn't work either. Then they poked a train ticket and a spoon in the lock. The lock chewed up the ticket and twisted the spoon, but the door stayed shut. Help! Yelled Louise. I'll be stuck in here forever. Excuse me, said a quiet voice. "Can I help?" It was one of the white bears. "Listen," said the white bear to Louise. "Take some soap from the basin and rub it on the bolt. It must be jammed. Now, while you pull the bolt, we'll try to lift the door a little. Everyone, all together, lift!" There was a scrunching sound as the bolt slid back and the door swung open. "Hooray!" shouted everyone, except Louise. "Thank you," she mumbled. "Not at all," said the white bear. The train stopped with a jerk. "We're here!" shouted Robert. "We'll never make it!" cried Sarah. They bundled all their bags onto the platform, helped by the friendly white bears. "Keep the rest of our sandwiches," said Sarah. "That's very kind, but no, thank you," said the white bears. "We don't eat seaweed." The train was pulling out of the station. "Seaweed?" shouted Robert. "That's not seaweed, it's lettuce." But the smiling white bears didn't hear him.
Well, they did take a picnic with them on the train, didn't they? I thought they would.
It was kind of the white bear to rescue Louise after she'd been so rude to him, wasn't it? Well, I hope I'm not locked in, Mr. Boom. I've got to rush away to catch my next appointment.
I'd love you to stay a bit longer, but I certainly wouldn't lock you in, not even by mistake.
Oh, I'm sure you wouldn't, Mr. Boom. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. The door's not locked, you see. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye. If you were on a train, who would you like to be? The driver? Or the guard, waving his flag and blowing his whistle? Maybe you'd rather be a passenger. You could sit and look out the window and eat sandwiches just like the teddy bears did in the story. I know a song about a train, and I think that you might know it too. This is the train to Glasgow, and this is the driver, Mr. MacIver, who drove the train to Glasgow. And this is the guard from Donnybristle, who waved his flag and blew his whistle to tell the driver, Mr. MacIver, to start the train to Glasgow. And this is the boy called Donald McBrain, who came to the station to catch the train. And here is the guard, a kindly man, who at the last minute told into the van. That fortunate boy called Donald McBrain, who came to the station to catch the train, and saw the guard blow his whistle to start the train to Glasgow. It's time for you to catch your spaceship back home now. Nod your head, wave goodbye, boom, 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 off you fly.
You have used your imagination to jump over the moon, over the moon. You came to visit me, return to your Earth location, back over the moon, over the moon. But say goodbye to me, say goodbye to me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And do come back and visit me. Bye-bye.
Teachers' material is available from BBC School Orders, 5 Queen Street, Edinburgh, EH2 1JF. Or you can telephone your order on 031 469 4261. Scotland have their own national curriculum for 5 to 14-year-olds, so there's a special primary annual programme for Scotland, available from that same address and phone number. Children's BBC with Josie, which includes playdays, begins in 15 minutes.